Bonjour et bienvenue à Free State French Online. This is the French 1 lesson that will accompany the introductory question, Quand est ton anniversaire? Quand est ton anniversaire? We'll see all that at the end of the presentation. Les saisons et les mois de l'année. Les saisons et les mois de l'année. Seasons and the months of the year. And we'll start with l'hiver. L'hiver. We have the L apostrophe, the L apostrophe here because the H is silent, so it doesn't really tell you if it's masculine or feminine with that vowel missing. It happens to be masculine, so it's le hiver, l'hiver. And obviously the calendar will start in January, but to keep all the months together, here we have décembre, décembre, décembre. And then janvier, janvier, janvier. Février, février, février. Le printemps, springtime, spring. Le printemps, le printemps. Mars, mars. Avril, avril, avril. Mai, mai, mai. Okay, and then we have l'été, l'été. Don't forget the accent aigu on both of the E's, and because of the vowel, we also have the L apostrophe here, and it's also masculine, just like l'hiver. L'été, l'été. And the months, juin, juin, juin. Juillet, juillet, juillet. This one can be pronounced two different ways. I've heard people say ou, ou, ou. So you're just ignoring the A and the T basically. I've also heard people pronounce août, 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 where you hear the T. I learned it without hearing the T, but I know some people do pronounce it with the T, so both would be considered correct. And the last season, l'automne, l'automne. It's also masculine, l'automne, and you don't hear that M in there at all, l'automne. Just ignore it for pronunciation. And the easiest months to remember, septembre, 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 octobre, 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 novembre, novembre, novembre. And you can also say these with more of a R sound at the end, septembre, octobre, novembre. Okay, as I said at the beginning, this accompanies the introductory question as we're assembling our greeting dialogues. Quand est ton anniversaire? Quand est ton anniversaire? Don't forget the liaison right here between the N and the A. Quand est ton anniversaire? Different ways that you can reply. In class, I do expect complete sentence answers, so we'll start with those two. Mon anniversaire, c'est le 8 octobre. Mon anniversaire, c'est le 8 octobre. Obviously, you just substitute whatever number and month you need. You can also drop out the date and just answer with the month. You're not being very specific, but there might be a time that you would want to do that. Mon anniversaire, c'est en janvier. Mon anniversaire, c'est en janvier. So the en in this case means in. If you're going to respond that your birthday is on the very first of a month, you have to use the word le premier instead of en. You would never say c'est le 1 juillet. C'est le 1er juillet. C'est le 1er juillet. So those three are acceptable responses with complete sentences. You could also, of course, add the mon anniversaire right here. Mon anniversaire, c'est le 1er juillet. If you don't want to answer with a complete sentence, realistically you don't have to, but in class, again, I expect you to. You can just use the date and the month. Le 6 décembre. Quand est ton anniversaire? Le 6 décembre. You can also answer with just in a month or in a season, although you're not really answering the full question there. En mars, en janvier, en octobre. You can answer with the seasons. En hiver, en automne, en été. But pay attention to printemps. It's the only one that is different. It's French. Something has to be unique about it. So we have au printemps. Au printemps. And you should have starred this in your blue packet so that you remember. So all of the seasons and all of the months, if you're going to say in March, in the winter, or in October, they're all going to use en, except for springtime. Au printemps. Remember that the date is always going to precede the month, even if you're just writing it in numeral form. So if you're writing, for example, the date for Christmas, it would be 25-12- the year. And months, as well as days of the week, are not going to be capitalized. If you see them at the very, very beginning of a sentence, you could capitalize it, but it would be very rare that you would see that at the beginning of a sentence. Okay, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the lesson, and stay tuned for other lessons for French 1.